So the y-intercept, from what we know, is where the line will go through the y-axis. The x-intercept is where the line goes through the x-axis. The unique thing about those, both of them, is that, well, I'll show them actually. So this would be we'll pretend like my lines are straight. Let's say that this is a good straight line as well, okay? So the y-intercept is where this line goes through the y-axis. It's right here. The unique thing about that is that the x value is always going to be 0. Then you just got to find the corresponding y value. It is an ordered pair though, so you should write these as ordered pairs. I think on the assignment it wants them as ordered pairs, so just be careful about that. And then the x-axis, where the line goes through the x-axis, that's our x-intercept. And again, the unique thing about this one though is that the y value is 0. How do we know that that y value is 0? Because it's on the x-axis. Remember, the x-axis goes exactly through where on the vertical axis, which is the y-axis, is 0. Same with the x value being 0 for the y-intercept. It goes through the x-axis. So that's where the x value is 0. Okay, so find the x and y-intercepts of the equation. I'm going to set these up. So I'm just going to write x-int, because an intercept's a long word. But I know the x-intercept, the y value has to be 0. So I'm just setting up this ordered pair so I don't forget that the y value is 0. Same with the y-intercept. It's just that there is a 0 value. It's the x value. This is going to help me. This really is just saying solve for the corresponding x and y value. That's all it's really saying. Just like we saw, was it 2 lessons ago? But this means I got to use the equation. 5x minus 6y equals negative 30, and I got to solve this sucker. But the first one I'm solving for is the x-intercept, which tells us the y value is 0. Here's the nice thing about that, right? Is that that whole term becomes a 0. What I'm left with is just 5x equals negative 30. I think that's doable. So I can solve this with a principle of equality to make this 1x simply by dividing both sides by 5. So negative 30 divided by 5 is negative 6. My x-intercept is negative 6, 0. And of course, if you needed to put that on the graph, you could. So next up, now the y-intercept, 5x minus 6y equals negative 30. Even at this point, what I would do, and we know that you're going to replace the x value 0. Sometimes what I'll just do is just kind of cover that up so I don't have to look at it anymore. Because it is going to force it to go away because the x value is 0. And then we have a one-step equation to solve. Simply divide both sides by negative 6. And that will tell us what the y value is, negative 30 divided by negative 6, positive 5. I have the ordered pair 0, 5, which again you could put on a graph. And then even just connecting those 2 points and extending the line would be the graph for that.